Erasmus evening.
Hello, this is Gabriela Jelonek speaking. Welcome to Erasmus Evening Show, and today we are traveling to the south of Europe, and my guests are three girls, somehow connected with Croatia.
Hello, I'm Joanna Pocztowa.
I'm Agnieszka Włodarczyk.
Hello, my name is Anamarija Gjud.
And two of them are Polish, one of them is Croatian. So we have Polish-Croatian mix. So maybe let's start from the fields of study that you were studying, or you are studying still. And when and where have you been on Erasmus?
I was studying in Dubrovnik 3 years ago, and it was mass communication. And in Poland, I was studying journalism, so I decided to study mass communication in Dubrovnik. And it was one of the best experience in my life. It was already 3 years ago.
In 2016, right?
Yes. Long time ago, but still a lot of memories.
I was studying mass communication also. In Poland, I was studying journalism. I am not studying anymore, and it's really sad for me. And I was studying in Dubrovnik in Croatia like half a year ago, so I still have post-Erasmus depression. And what was the question?
And when and where have you been on Erasmus?
So that's all, I guess.
And the last one is guest from Croatia.
I came here at the end of September, and I'm kind of still an Erasmus student, and I'm depressed already because I know that I'm about to leave soon. And I study law, and I was also studying law in Zagreb, in Croatia.
So, that's, I think, obvious question. Why you choose your cities, countries for Erasmus as your destination?
I will start because it's really funny story. Like, I was really angry with my university and with all my life because my boss was really annoying this time. And I have some kind of problems with master thesis. So I decided that, okay, so I don't care anymore and I am going just to Erasmus office because my friend just came out from there and she told me, yeah, I'm going to Erasmus in next week. I was like, what? Seriously? And it's the end of the participation. And she told me, yeah, she fulfilled whole papers like half a year ago or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, I'm on the last year of master thesis, so it's already too late for me to go for Erasmus. And I just knocked to these doors to this lady and I told her, yeah, I have really bad week, I guess. And I want to just leave Poland for half a year. And she told me, yeah, but you know that it's too late already. And I told her, yeah, but I'm sure that you have some free space. And she told me, yeah, we have Spain or Croatia. So I told her Spain is too hot, so I'm choosing Croatia. And she was like, okay, so maybe you should think about it for 1 week and then you can apply. And I was like, no, I want to go to Croatia. And I just decided that I will go to Dubrovnik because it was the only one place which was available still. 10 minutes it took to me to decide that I wanna leave Poland for half a year.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Erasmus fix your mind or fix your problems after half of year?
Of course not. It was just taking my problems for next half a year. I have half a year break from my problems, which I really need to solve still here in Poland. But it was really great experience. I didn't have any subjects to do on my university. I needed only to write my master thesis.
Last semester.
So I don't have anything to do except my master thesis. Of course, I really didn't want to do it. I didn't even want to think about it. So, okay, Erasmus is perfect thing. No.
But you came with clear mind. That's very important. So maybe now, Anamarija.
Yeah, well, I always kind of wanted to go to Erasmus, and also I'm living with my parents, so I think that was good opportunity for me to kind of become a grown-up finally. And I was thinking about countries like Czech Republic, Poland. That was the countries that I think they are close to us. Way of living is similar, and also language and tradition, everything. So I decided to go to Poland, but the reason why I came to Poznań was my two friends I met in Zagreb. They were on Erasmus and they're from Poznań, and they were also studying law. And when they showed me Poznań, I was like, okay, I'm going there. I don't care. I didn't know how big Poznań is, how many people, like citizens, is there, and so on. Also, in my school in Zagreb, they are torturing us. So I kind of needed a break, and I came here.
What does it mean you're studying law?
That's it. I mean, I don't have to explain anything more. Parents have big expectations, society and everything, and kind of we are the students who studied the longest because, again, professors are torturing us. When I came here, I mean, I'm studying for my exam, which is left from my previous year in Croatia. But I'm kind of doing it without stress because I already passed almost all my exams here with like best grades, and it was really like simple because they don't expect much of us, not because it's Poland, but because we are Erasmus. But I mean, definitely the best decision in my life. I will never recover from this.
Joanna?
Okay, so firstly I chose Porto in Portugal, but one of the professor told me, okay, Joanna, maybe you should choose another country because everyone wants to go to Portugal, and he proposed me Dubrovnik. And I was like, okay, Dubrovnik, Croatia, I don't know any details about the city, and I just Googled that, and I was like, oh my God, I fall in love, you know, and I was like, it will be perfect. And actually just the decision about Erasmus was also spontaneous. It was the end of my master degree, and I was like, oh my God, I always wanted to go to abroad, so it's the best moment, it's the last time to do it. So yeah, Dubrovnik was kind of spontaneous, but perfect for me.
I think sometimes it's that magic happens, that life puts us to some place because something has to happen there.
Kreni sa mnom zadnji put, vjeruj mi, daleko od mraka, bolje ćemo znati, ništa nije teško. Naša lica još su lijepa, zatvori mi oči, neka kraj nas jure, nek se lome prsti, idemo na ples i svijet je opet mlad. I samo šuti, gdje su bile riječi kad nije bilo nade, za nas samo dugi dani, nestali u tami gdje ništa nije važno. Raširi ruke, ruke su te snažne, upri sve snage, nek se cijedi znoj, nek kođa pukne mi, idemo na ples i svijet je
So my next question is about your universities. Maybe in some of them they are torturing you or were torturing you. But very important part of Erasmus is, of course, university. So what's the name of your university? How many subjects did you have there? And that's very important, in which language you were studying?
My university name was University of Dubrovnik.
Yes.
I wasn't really common guest there, to be honest, because I was mostly traveling and I need to move out from Dubrovnik to some village near to Dubrovnik, so, you know, it was far away for me, so I really didn't want to attend those classes.
But on the other hand, you were on the last semester of your master's studies,
Yeah.
so you had less SETS points to do at all.
I had 30 points. I need to make 30 points, but I could choose like every single subject which I really want to do, like from bachelor degree and master degree. So I just mixed everything. So I was studying subjects like history of art, history of furniture, that kind of stuff, because I was like, oh my god, this one will be really interesting, so I need to attend those classes. So I was, I don't know, just making some tour around the town, and we were meeting like one time per 1 month. So it was my whole classes. Like, okay, I had some classes like graphic design or building websites, but it's part of my job, so I made all of those tasks in first week, and then I have just free time for me.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you have opportunity to choose something different that you are doing at your university. There is no choice at all.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was the same case during my Erasmus in Spain, for example, because I could choose or classes from journalism or, for example, religion and anthropology, or politics and biology.
Yeah, I had the same. So I chose something like culturology, and it was about culture, Croatian culture. And it was really interesting because we were talking about like differences between Croatian and, for example, Polish culture. So it was really interesting for me.
So Joanna, you were on the same university.
Yes, I was also studying in University of Dubrovnik, and it was mass communication, but actually it was already 3 years ago, so I can't remember all of the subjects. It was kind of similar to subjects in Poland. I had something like online production, also graphic design, something like that. I had like 5 or 6 subjects with one professor.
Yeah,
Mato Brautovich, yes. But he was really nice.
That's
he was
true.
really like friendly for us. We spent time with him on coffee after some exams. And
So greetings for him.
Yeah, like I spent Easter with him because he
Me
made
too.
Easter for like all Erasmus students.
so it was nice experience. Actually, we did something more, and for one exam we prepared with group because I'm a video editor and also photographer. So during Erasmus, I decided to make some extra projects that I will use in my portfolio after Erasmus, you know. And we create a blog with other Erasmus students, and all of us prepare something. Some people wrote some text, another people took some pictures, and I was video editor. So we had something like news about Dalmatia, something like that. And it was really nice. We spent time with... it was fun for us. In the other side, we already worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm studying at University of Adam Mickiewicz, University in Poznań. I'm only listening law subjects because in Zagreb I have integrated study of bachelor and master, and it lasts for 5 years. And during the first 4 years, like, we have only obligatory subjects, so we cannot choose any different subjects. They will not apply it in my diploma later. But on 5th year, we have opportunity in first semester to choose our subjects, actually 30 STs points. And I'm now 4th year in Zagreb, but they're gonna apply those subjects I pass here on my 5th year. The subjects are interesting, yes. I only have like one subject is kind of boring because I took family law and I already passed it in Zagreb in like Croatian family law, and I thought it would be different, but it's not. So it's kind of, I'm listening the same thing again, but it's fine. Like, all in all, I'm really satisfied with, especially with building of law, like law school. It's beautiful, and I'm kind of enjoying being there.
Oh, it's fancy one in Poznań.
Yes, it is, and it's 5 minutes from my dormitory, and I also have the best dormitory in the world.
So yeah, if you are talking about dormitories, I would like to ask you about accommodation, how to find a flat in Croatia, or how did you find a flat in Poland? How much is it? And is the Erasmus scholarship enough to survive?
It's really hard question. It was almost impossible for me to find apartment in Dubrovnik.
It's Dubrovnik.
Yeah, it's Dubrovnik, so everybody care about tourists for one night, like for 1 week, but nobody wants to rent apartment for, I don't know, 1 month even. So it was really hard, but some family just decided, okay, you're so poor, so we will take you and your friends and you can live in our apartment. So we spent in this apartment in Dubrovnik, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months or something like that, and we need to move out to Sustjepan. It was really great village near to Dubrovnik, and to be honest, I was really happy in Sustjepan. I was so tired after 2 months in Dubrovnik because it was so crowded, that I was really happy and I was really enjoying Sustjepan. And it was almost impossible with those apartments because in Dubrovnik there is no dormitory. So I was trying on some Croatian websites, but everybody speaks only in Croatian there, so English was a bit useless. So I decided that maybe I would try Airbnb and I will try to beg people, hey, just give me some like student rate or something like that. And I just found apartment like 2 rooms for 900 euros per 2 months for like 3 people. But I had like my roommate, 2 flatmates, but 1 roommate also. During my Erasmus, I was always sharing 1 room with somebody because it was impossible just to find like whole apartment with like single rooms.
For me, it was kind of different. Now I can see that it changed a bit because I had some luck and I found the flat in the city center. I had a huge terrace with view for city walls. And me and my friend, we paid together like 350 euro per month. And it was Ploče, so it was really, really nice part of Dubrovnik. I had like 2 or 3 minutes to Old Town. And I found it online, I guess. I can't remember now, but it was... I think I found it on some website that people who were on Erasmus few years ago and they gave some contacts. But there was a problem with tourists in the beginning of May. So the landlord told me that we need to move. But he was nice. He was like, I will help you. Maybe we will find something. And 3 years ago in Dubrovnik, there was dormitory. So I was living like 1 month in dormitory with nuns. And it was funny because there were a lot of Erasmus people and it was fun because it was in the old town. So it was, for me, during one Erasmus, I had 2 experiences. Living alone, just with 1 friend, and then living in dormitory. So it was really nice, both of the situations.
Which one is better?
I don't know. Maybe for a while, dormitory was fun. But for half of the year, I preferred apartment.
How about Poland?
Yeah, I was really actually surprised. Like, well, I was applying for Erasmus and I needed to like fill in some documents for Anamarija University. And they asked me would I like to apply for dormitory. And I was like, of course, yes, because I think it's the cheapest option and I would like to be with people because I'm only used to living with my parents and I'm, tired of that. And, I was waiting for the answer and I got, I think, the best dormitory, Hanka dormitory. I don't know if you know, like they did reconstructions, I think 1 year ago or something like that. And everything smells like IKEA inside. Everything is so white. I mean, my room is not white anymore because everything is so white and it's possible to be clean the whole time. But I'm in a single room and I pay 760 zloty per month, which is for that accommodation, it's nothing. I don't know, the people I met there and the fact that you can just like walk door next to you and knock, and if you want to cry, you can cry with that person. and also you have your private space, and we spend every night, like if we are not doing pre-drinkings in kitchen. We are like playing cards or something, drinking coffee, tea together. So we kind of like have our own time and time together. But I agreed that I wouldn't be able to live that kind of life for more than half of the year, because sometimes it's exhausting. Because sometimes I just want to. There's no Croatians in that dormitory, and sometimes I just want to like say something in Croatian, and they will not understand me, because it's much easier to express yourself. But yeah, all in all, I'm really satisfied. And I mean, that was a problem in Dubrovnik, because it's not big city. But I know that like my Polish friends, they were in Zagreb, like they could choose to apply for dormitory. I mean, they didn't get it. We have few dormitories, but yeah, at least you survived. So
Yeah, somehow.
And Zagreb is a much bigger city,
Yes,
of course. It's a
yes.
capital city. And how big was the amount of your Erasmus scholarship? Because it changed with time.
450 euros, yeah.
Yeah, the same, 450 euros.
400.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah. And also those my friends who were coming to Zagreb, because Dubrovnik is more expensive than Zagreb, but
Yeah.
like they were going to Zagreb and they also had like 450, and that's, I mean, that goes on country.
But it means that because there is some calculation, they calculate how much money they should give to students, that Croatia is more expensive than Poland.
In the touristic cities, yes.
Yes, interesting. I mean, more or less is the same. I think like if you buy in Žabka or Biedronka, it's cheaper than if you buy in our shops. But when you put everything on paper, I think it would be the same. I think that nightlife is really cheaper here, because in Zagreb it's impossible to go out, or in Croatia in general.
Yeah, for example, just really simple example. The club in Dubrovnik, actually it was one of the best in Croatia, but Revelin, but the
yes.
entrance was like 150 kuna, so come on, where in Poland you paying 100 zloty for random party, yeah? So in Dubrovnik, nightlife wasn't cheap.
Oh my God,
Yes.
is it seriously like one of the best club in Croatia?
Even
Wow.
in Europe, I read.
Seriously? Wow, nice. I was there like almost every single week, because
Yeah.
they have only one club, so
Yes.
You were rich in Erasmus. Yes.
Nogom pred nogu tiho, ja po vodi hodam, svojim putem uspravno. Pljuga na pljugu, jednu na drugu slažem, sa te dane godine. I teku bitke, teku porazi, kad nije film da pravda pobjedi, sjeti se. Kako smo maštat znali i Bogu dane krali, ispred svečke satima kovali planove, kužili istine, svak sa svojeg oblaka. Kad krenu bitke, dođu porazi, ti znaš da nije lako isti ostati. Moje zastave uvijek su iste boje, nad njima ljubav caruje. Moje zastave
So we already know how to find a flat or how to try to find a flat in Croatia and in Poland. And how does the campus look like? Is everything in one place, in Dubrovnik or in Zagreb? In Poznań, we already know that no. How does it look like?
It was in different places, but I was attending only one place, or I was just
One faculty, or
yeah, one faculty, and mostly we had some meetings, like I don't know, in front of some buildings because we have some like tours or something like that, or we were like meeting in the Dubrovnik radio studio.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
wow,
nice.
that's nice.
I had classes just in one department, so I heard and I saw that there are some other parts of the university in the city, but I never been inside. I was just in one department.
No, I was in 2 departments. Yeah, I was attending some business classes on economic department. Yeah, I remember this building because it was really strange because the road when it was raining, it was in front of the water. So when it was raining, like whole street was in the water and nobody could like walk there. So I was walking like through the fence or something like this just to attend my classes.
you survived.
Yeah, I survived.
Well, in Zagreb, we also don't have a campus. But for example, for law school, the most important building of law school is in the building of university. And we have, I think, 3 more buildings. But it's a law school, and I mean, there's like a lot of attention given to law school. Like the rest are in like more or less old buildings, and law school is also like old building, but nice old building. But in Poznań, okay, as I already said, law building is like really nice, and it's really new. And I was really surprised that they had like a small courtroom. So we could have simulation. We were pretending that we have a case and stuff like that, which we don't have back in Croatia. So I was really surprised. It's really new building and really nice.
How about the public transportation? Did you have to just walk through the pavements with water in Dubrovnik? Which is actually really dangerous, as I remember, because you can slide in easy way.
Yeah, like
because of the marble.
For me, public transportation was the worst thing in whole Erasmus. Like in Dubrovnik, oh my god, this public transport is always crowded. Like it's impossible to get into the bus from time to time, and everybody are screaming. Oh my god, it's just a disaster. I don't want to remember about this. It's really expensive and it's always crowded. Like I was going mostly by a walk when I was living in Dubrovnik, but when I moved into Stjepan, it was impossible for me to just take bus from time to time. So I decided, okay, so I'm not going on university today. And I will just stay in my beautiful apartment and I will just go, I don't know, overseas or something like this.
So how much is the month ticket?
Oh my god, I don't remember. But I remember one ticket for one ride was 15 kunas.
Mm-hmm.
In euro, how much is it?
2 euros.
Yeah.
Croatia.
And what's your experience?
For me, university was too close to take a bus, so I was enjoying and walking through the old town, looking at city walls, but mostly like 75% of Erasmus people, they lived in another part of Dubrovnik, in Lapat, and I just bought a bus card to take bus to Lapat to party with them in other places because university was super close to my apartment, so yeah, I bought bus card to party.
Actually, while I was coming here, my mom knows that I'm really bad in space and orientation. And okay, comparing to Zagreb, it's always crowded too because there's a lot of people. But I think it's better regulated because of trams. And in Dubrovnik, there's no trams and also buses. But I was talking to my mom and I was telling her, you know, here you have like the best app in the world. Like you don't have to know anything. Like you just they can locate where you are. And then gonna show you which station is the closest, which bus, which tram, how much stations do you need, actually stops do you need to get there, and stuff like that. And that's how I came here. It took me 35 minutes, but I managed to come here without any problems. So I'm kind of really like surprised. And it's also, it's really cheap. I mean, I didn't took card for a month or 5 months, never mind, because I'm in the city center and my school is 5 minutes from like my dormitory and everything. I mean, we're always in the city center. But if I need to go somewhere, I took like one ticket to 10 minutes. It's 1.5 zloty. It's like nothing. So I'm really surprised. I think that's really good.
Not that punctual as you think, but
yeah, but
still.
oh my god, in Poznań it's really punctual. Like if you compare to Dubrovnik, like I was waiting like half an hour or even 1 hour for a bus, and bus just didn't show up. And they have also like app Libertas Dubrovnik, if I can remember correctly, and it was always showing me like this bus is not available.
So they were right.
Now people will think bad about Croatia. No, it's just Dubrovnik and South State of Mind. They're not
Yeah.
punctual. They're like
Pomalo.
Pomalo. Yeah, they're Pomalo and they don't care about time. And
So
like,
pomalo means someone who is always late.
No. Pomalo means
No rush.
Just
No rush, yeah. Like, and
You
you
have
need
a
to do a
time.
hand thing, like pomalo. Yes, so it's. I think it's more connected to the south than like Croatia, because in Zagreb it's more or less punctual. I mean, of course, if it's snowing or something like that, it's going to be late. But
So how about the public transport in Zagreb? Just to compare it.
as I already said, it's really expensive, but it's worth it. And we have really good lines. Everything is connected. For example, I live in new part of Zagreb, and it's, I mean, by car is maybe 10 minutes to the city center, but I can go by bus, by tram, and I can take more buses and more trams, like not only one. I mean, I think it's fine, but it's expensive. And like there's rebel people, they don't want to pay tickets, and then they get a ticket and they need to pay like a monthly price of bus or tram ticket as a fine, yeah.
How controllers look like in Croatia?
Civil.
Civil. Okay.
Yeah, actually I have a funny story, because I wanted to buy a ticket in Frederick station, the machine for tickets. Oh, that's the thing I'm annoyed with, because in Zagreb you can pay ticket to a bus or tram driver, here not, and you need to be prepared. So I wanted to buy a ticket to come here, and they were accepting only credit cards, and I'm not using here credit card because of big fees, so I'm only using cash. And I was like, Jesus, if the controller come, I'm like, what I'm going to do? I'm going back to Croatia and I'm not going to pay. And I had luck that I walked into a tram that has machine inside, and I seen it maybe only 3 times since I came here, and I could pay by cash, so it was a good thing.
Yeah, for example, in Wrocław, it's much better because you can pay by card for every single ticket inside the bus or inside the tram. So it depends on the city.
Also, you cannot pay by cash.
Yeah,
Yes.
so if you're using only cash, so
Yeah.
it's useless.
Yeah, that's the case of Poland. Even my friends from Luxembourg were laughing that in Poland you can pay by Blik, by card, pay pass, right?
Yeah.
Like you can pay everywhere, mostly by card, not
Yeah,
cash.
I was really surprised. Like, you can pay for coffee by card, and I didn't see that. Maybe because I'm just not used to cards. I mean, of course, I do have card, but I'm in Zagreb, I'm not using it that often. Especially not here. As I said, fees are too big. So.
Poland is the leader of mobile like transfer of money, so that's why we have everywhere it.
So about the fees, now the MEPs should listen to us and remember what we told already. I mean, that's a problem in European Union. Fees should be the same.
Yeah, actually, it's a problem about Croatia and Poland because we don't have euros. We still don't have euros. Okay, I'm talking about the people I hang out here the most, and they're all paying by cards, and where we travel somewhere, everyone needs to pay for me, and I kind of feel... So because, I don't know, I pay my fees like 2 euros plus 3% on amount of money I'm taking out.
Oh my god.
So when I'm using a cash machine, I need to take bigger amount of money. The fee will be smaller. I mean, it's gonna be the same, but... And one girl, she transferred me money on my account, and I needed to pay a fee. So that's really bad.
I guess that Revolut is the answer for this. The Revolut card is the best.
They don't have in Kuna. I couldn't do it, actually. I tried to do it.
Oh my god. I am out of ideas.
Okay, going back to the studies. I mean, that's very important topic. I mean, you have to survive. If you don't have money, if you can't pay by cash, by card, by anything, that's a problem, right? But going back to studies, what did you have to do to go for Erasmus?
I think we had some
Interview?
language exam or something like that, some test.
No?
I didn't have
I think,
anything
yeah.
like this. I just applied all of those papers and that was all. They told me, yeah, you are going.
I remember one of my English professor. She prepared some documents, some paper like I'm speaking English, something like that. But it was really simple.
I didn't have it. Like, I needed to have from my supervisor, master thesis supervisor, some paper that I'm going and he agree. And he just look at it, and it was like second time when he saw me in his life, and he told me, Dubrovnik, oh my god, it's so beautiful city. For how long are you going? I was like, half a year. Why not a year? And I was like, yeah, because I have only half a year to do so.
And how old are you?
Yeah, so I think the paperwork before Erasmus was the reason why people given up on Erasmus, because it's so complicated. And for us we needed to have a B2 diploma of English. We have subject of English for lawyers for 2 years, like 4 levels of English. And if you have good grades, then your professor can give you a B2 diploma. But also besides that, I was supposed to do an online exam of English. I will need to take it again, and I'm kind of scared because I think that my level of English is lower now than it was, because here there's a lot of people who are not
native speakers.
No, not. I mean, no one is native speaker, but okay, some of them there are. But I met some people who doesn't know how to speak English at all. I'm always struggling with them, because I don't know their language and I want to speak to them. I want them to socialize and to move from their groups, because they're kind of stuck together all the time. And I'm losing my English skills because I'm only using like basic sentences without there's no grammar at all. And yeah.
Okay, so how about the course? Did you have any course before Erasmus? Course of Croatian, course of Polish, or maybe English, because you are studying in English or you are studying in English?
I had an opportunity to attend English course to prepare me for Erasmus, but of course I had a lot of stuff to do. Like
Pack yourself, find a flat, pass your exams before of course.
yeah, that's true, but I was really scared that I will be homeless in Croatia.
I had just regular English course like everyone, so it was all.
Yeah, I got C1 level from the exam I took for Erasmus, but I know the people who get lower level. They were supposed to attend English classes here, but yeah, we could took here Polish classes, and I really wanted to do it, but the schedule was kind of strange, and then I decided, okay, maybe I don't need Polish. Maybe I can try to learn. And I feel really bad because I didn't learn. Like, I know basic stuff in Polish, but I didn't learn. Like, I thought that I'm gonna be bored, because there's a lot of people, like, I know that it's not the same for me to learn Polish. I mean, learn basics. And for Spanish people, it's not the same, because I was helping someone to do their homeworks. I could recognize that, like, they were supposed to connect Polish word, and I could recognize what that means. So I kind of, like, I was helping them to do homeworks, so that's why I didn't took it. But it was for free, and now it's too late.
And did you learn Croatian before going to Dubrovnik?
I was trying with some app, but of course I forgot about this. But we had classes, Croatian classes in Croatia, but I wasn't attending this one. But my friends were attending, and it was really fun, I guess, because those lady wasn't speaking English at all. She was speaking only Croatian, so she was showing just the copy of some exercises, and I had 2 flatmates who were attending those classes, and it was really funny because one of them was from Czech Republic, so for her it was really easy because it's similar language to Czech. And for my Turkish friend, oh my god, it was really terrible. Like, she was almost crying, and I was sitting next to her and I was trying to help her with this Croatian, because for me it was easy. Like, you know, guitar is just guitar in Polish, in English, in Croatian, and in Turkish it's something weird words. So she was really like desperate with this Croatian.
I learned some Croatian words after Erasmus, actually, when I decided to live in Split one more year. and it was the time when I spent a lot of time with Croatian people, so they talked to me in Croatian, and I answered in English on beginning, and then I start to speak in Croatian. But it was 1 year after Erasmus. Actually, during Erasmus, I had some course, but it wasn't so popular. I went just few times, so not during Erasmus. I couldn't speak Croatian.
Srušilo se sve, pored mene nema te, kao da se bijes spustio u grad, srušio se sad, srušilo se sve. Ljuljaju se ulice, kao da je bijes, kao zadnji ples, kao da je zemljotres, srušilo se sve. Bye, 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 baby, bye. Možda i zvijezde gube sjaj, možda je raj prevara za kraj, možda je najbolje godinama iza nas, srušilo se sve, srušilo se sve. Ljuljaju se ulice, kao da je bijes, kao zadnji ples, kao da je zemljotres, srušilo se sve. Bye, 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 baby, bye. Možda i zvijezde gube sjaj, možda je raj prevara za kraj, možda je najbolje godinama iza nas, srušilo se sve.
Okay, how long are the classes in Croatia and in Poland? Is there any difference?
Yes, my classes last for 3 hours in Croatia, and we have them twice per week.
3 hours without break.
With some professors, we have agreements. We can leave like 15 minutes before the end if we don't have break, and with some of them we have break, but it depends on professor. Here are 1.5 hours once a week.
Well,
But
for me, during Erasmus, was super difficult to stay 3 hours without toilet drinking in one place.
But I like my friend. She's studying psychology in Zagreb, and she also have like 1.5 hour of classes because I mean in law like we have only 4 subjects per semester. Each one is 8 points, but I mean those are big subjects. But maybe that's why I was always thinking, okay, we have 4 subjects, so we don't have that much stuff to do. I mean, we do. We need to study, but...
And your classes? How long it was?
It was, I guess, that 1 hour and a half. But when it was something like online production, when you just, finished all of your tasks, so for me it was something like half an hour, you could just leave.
Okay, that's a very important question. What are the differences between studying in Poland and in Croatia? Differences between way of teaching, how teachers behave, what's the distance between teacher and student, for example?
Comparing to Zagreb, it's not different, but I think that maybe for them it's going to be different because we always say for Dubrovnik is republic inside republic, and they're strange. And in Zagreb, like friends from here, while they were studying in Zagreb. They said, for example, that the only difference between Poland and Zagreb is that in Zagreb people speak English. I think more or less is the same. We have some subjects which are interactive. The others are just like professors talking, but I think it's a law school thing because professors basically they don't care at all about students. They just I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
I think we shouldn't compare actually because it's different on regular studies and on Erasmus.
Yes.
It's totally different.
That's
I
for
think.
sure. But okay, I know like the difference of law students and other students. So maybe from that perspective. But yeah, I think for Erasmus students it's just different approach.
It also depends of professors because mostly
sure.
they are like, okay, you are Erasmus, so have fun, travel, enjoy the country, you know.
Yes.
Mostly, but
Yeah.
not all of them.
Yeah.
For me, there was like not a lot of differences. Like I had a lot of nice professors who were really like inspiring for me, and it was really important for me in Poland also. But I had also professors which I didn't like. And I think it's normal, like it depends from person. But maybe the one difference, like big difference, if I can compare like some media stuff, like, you know, on Adam Mickiewicz University on media field, oh my God, you have whole studio for yourself. So you have a lot of stuff where you can just learn journalism in practice. In Dubrovnik, they don't have it.
Yeah.
So, true. Yeah.
But probably in Zagreb.
Yes, I want to say again, it's Dubrovnik. It's like, I think it's the 5th biggest city, but Poznań is also 5th biggest city, but
Yeah.
it's Poland. And Croatia is really small, like we have less than 4 million people all in all, so...
What's the system of grades in Croatia?
It's different because
It's 1 to 5.
1 to 5, and I remember that I get not the best grade from one subject. I wasn't really surprised, like I just needed to pass it. So, and one professor gave me like 2, second grade. He looked at me and he was like, "Why are you so confused? Like it's not hard to make me feel confused on my face." So he asked me, "What is wrong?" And I told him, "So I passed or not? Because when I have 2 in Poland, I'm not passing." And he told me, "Oh my God, seriously? Just gave me this." And he put me like 3 to make me feel more safe. So
Yeah, I actually thought that here is also from 1 to 5, and I was mistaken. Yeah, it's from 2 to 5. So that's really small range of grades. Because I heard that French girls, like they have from 1 to 20.
Yes.
And they were so
In Spain,
confused.
the same.
Yeah, they were so confused, and I was trying to like explain them it's not a bad mark. You get the biggest mark, so don't stress. Yeah.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
At all. How about being late?
Oof, I'm never late. I can't answer that.
But because, I mean, I'm asking about customs, because in Poland we have like a student quarter that you can be late. 15 minutes. In Croatia, is it allowed, or because, for example, in Spain, when someone was late 1 hour, when class lasts 3 hours, that was fine.
As Spanish
Even
people,
professors were late like that. How about Croatia?
we have professors' quarter. No, we like professors can be late 15 minutes. Students cannot be late 15 minutes because they're going to be okay. Some professors can say, okay, you can walk in, but like I know from my experience from Zagreb, they're mostly like coming in.
I'm watching
And
you.
it's hard in Zagreb because like you need to actually travel to get to the city center because no one lives in city center. It's too expensive to live there. But here, I mean, I don't know. It's for me, it's not in nature to be late, so I don't think I'm always on time. And especially like I have 5 minutes, as I said, to get to the school. But to Spanish people, it's different. I think their just mentality is kind of different. But it's similar. It's similar to the south of Croatia, I think, to be late.
Yes, but during studies, I think
Okay, studies.
I was always on time. I like even to come before.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know how it is. I can't remember that professors say you cannot come or something to
Erasmus.
others because it's Erasmus, it's different. But as I said, I had 5 or 6 subjects with one professor and he never been late. So I don't know how it is in general.
like for me, some professors, especially from like economic department, it wasn't even like 15 minutes professor, but it was like 1 hour late professor mostly. So, but it's Dubrovnik, so
It also depends of the person.
yeah.
That's the question about something specified for Poland, for sure. Did you have to wear elegant clothes for exams?
No.
I do.
But you are studying law.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly people are studying law are wearing suits.
Yeah, but I was actually surprised. First time I came to school, I had like blouse. Even though I'm not like a fan of those stuff, but I wanted to be respectful towards professor and everything what's happening there. But one girl, she just walked in, and she had like crop top. It was at the beginning, and I was like, really? And you're studying like. Okay, it's Erasmus, but I think for lawyers, there's a different rules. I know, like some people are wearing suits. Okay, that's too much, but it's happening in Zagreb too. So, but we have like really back home really strict rules. They can fail you if you have like ripped jeans and stuff like that.
Same in Poland.
Yes. And I mean, I'm supportive of people having their own style, but I think like when it comes to exams, we should be respectful.
Yeah,
And-
that's true. Like,
yeah.
I have one girl on my university, and somebody from the university staff told her that, hey, it's university and you need to go back home and change yourself because your dress or I don't know, your t-shirt is too short.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think the same. Like you should respect just
Yeah, of
people.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had started from the other side, actually opposite situation, because I was wearing high heels, white shirt and black skirt. It was 40 degrees in Madrid. It was horrible. And I was the only person there, and they asked me if I'm going for some funeral or something.
Okay,
Because
the
even-
girl I was talking about, she's Spanish. I think that's just like a different mindset for them. So maybe that's the reason.
Even my professor was with flip-flops,
Jesus.
shorts, t-shirts,
Here
flip-flops,
too.
like, beach style.
When I have exams during the summer, like June, July, I need to have long sleeves. You are stressing enough and sweating because of the stress, but you need to do it.
Okay, how about students' discounts, access to doctor, to library, and student legitimation, right?
In Dubrovnik, it was almost everything for free, like city walls and everything. When you had your student legitimation, you had even free or really cheap tickets for islands, for boats, and that kind of stuff. So we had a lot of discounts, but if I remember correctly, we didn't have any discount for like buses for long distance.
And trains with student card?
Like in Croatia, I don't have a lot of trains, especially near to Dubrovnik. So
Yeah.
I almost forgot, but I need to add also that with special cultural card, something like that,
yeah,
we paid, for example, the regular price of city walls was like, I don't know, 150 kuna, let's say.
Now it's 180.
Yeah, and for Erasmus, I think it was 10 kuna or something like that with your
I
card.
wasn't paying at all because with my like student card, it was for free.
Okay, as I remember, for me, it was like really low price.
Yeah.
To Lockroom
I was
Island
paying 10
also
10
yeah,
kunas.
something like that. Regular price was
So
over
nothing.
100.
And
so.
it's for both ways. So 10
Mhm.
kunas for ticket for a boat.
Oh, that's a big discount.
Yeah. It was really nice.
Yeah, when it comes to Poland, I mean, we have discounts in clubs. Like, I mean, that's for me, like, discovery of the century. And, like, that's the most important discount we need. For the rest, I don't care. And, I mean, everything, it's, like, reduced tickets for students. I don't think we have that in Zagreb. I'm not sure. Maybe we do. As I said, like I'm not going out in Zagreb, so. But no. For clubs and drinks, there's no discounts for students. The only difference, I don't know if in Dubrovnik they have a thing that it's called mensa.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do. We have in Zagreb on every step something which is called mensa. You can eat like the full meal for €1, like literally, and you have your card, student card, and a specific amount of money on it. And also it depends if you are from that city or you are coming from the other city. So I, for example, have less money than my friends who are from the south, for example, and studying in Zagreb. But like you can eat 2 meals per day without any problem for like €2. Here it's not that way, so that's I think only one minus for me.
Yeah, Mensa was really nice. I mean, okay, when I can compare Split Mensa and Mensa
yeah,
in
it's a
Dubrovnik,
difference.
it was totally different. And in Split, it was like healthy, you know, full of colors and really nice and fresh. And in Dubrovnik wasn't so good, but still, idea of Mensa, it's what I missed
great.
in Poland. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Isn't it like a milk bar, barulečne?
Yeah, something like that, but just typical for students, and it was really cheap. Like we could have like three meals per day for €1, just
Like
so.
soup, everything.
Yes,
Dessert.
But it was really funny for me because like soup and salads were for free, and like meat and potatoes and that kind of stuff you were just paying for this. But it was really funny for me because I remember when I came first time to Mensa, and all of my friends were already eating a meal, and I was showing one girl like, hey, you have salads here and soups for free. And I showed her the salad, and I saw it for the first time, and I told her, yeah, there is only salad as I can see, but I think that, and I just look around, and then there was only like Italian people sitting, and I thought, but I'm sure that Italian people just take all of the tomatoes, but I realized later that it was every single day only salad, just without anything, just salad.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't eat meat, so for me salads are life. And here I had like struggles with salads because I feel like, in my dormitory I have like small Mensa, but it's normal price of like you need to pay. But okay, it's like 12 zloty for a meal, but salads are like, they have mayonnaise or something inside, and I mean it's tasty, but it's, for me salad is something like light and
And we
lettuce.
put mayo,
Let-
and
yeah.
it's not healthy anymore.
Yeah.
And also like in Žabka to buy salad with mayo.
How about libraries and doctors? Any access for students?
Yeah, it was for free. And oh my god, one guy in my library on mass media faculty, he was so helpful. Oh my god, like he took care about this because I needed to write some text about Dubrovnik, and I had only like Croatian sources, and I was so desperate that there is nothing in English, and he was so worried about me that he started calling every single library in the town just to find something for me. He was like, okay, just give me 2 more days and I will prepare a whole list of English sources for you. So it was really nice, and it was for free.
Yeah, here, because as I said, I have my exam for Croatia, and I'm kind of every day in library. Okay, I needed to pay, but it was nothing. It's really cheap. In Zagreb, I have like my big library, and I'm part of furniture there. I'm there like almost living, and like we need to pay 50 zloty, something like that. I mean, in kunas, of course. But there is access to there's a lot of libraries, and I was actually surprised.
And here, do you have any English sources?
I didn't have to use it actually, because everything I needed to write, it was connected to Croatian law, and I needed to compare, so I kind of like didn't have to use. But I know that the woman that works in library, she told me that the only problem for me it might be that there's mostly Polish things.
Polish
so I
law,
think,
yeah.
I think it's more or less the same. And to doctor, I haven't been to doctor, thank God.
Lucky you.
Even though I was ill from the beginning till the Christmas, and when I come back home, I kind of recovered because like we are doing stuff we shouldn't, and that's it.
And did you use any medical care?
I wasn't using any medical care, but they gave me in the first week some card with all of the doctors who are, which you can see who speaks English, so it was really, really great. But medicines were really expensive. I was buying medicines in Kosovo.
In Kosovo.
Seriously, because they were really cheap and they had Polish medicines.
You're joking.
No. I was
course.
buying just Gripex, just Polish Gripex with, just Polish text on it. And it was like for 20 groszy, just $1. So I was, when I saw it with my friends, and one of them were like pharmacists, we were just buying like, I don't know, like...
Are you sure that those were medicines? 20
Yeah,
groszy?
yeah, I know.
In
Legal.
Poland is 10 zlotys.
I know, like whole of our car after going back from Kosovo was
Those were
full
drugs
of
for
medicine. Like seriously, on borders they were checking our cars and they were like, what is wrong with you girls? Why your car is full of medicines? And we were like, oh my god, but in Dubrovnik it's really, really expensive.
Yeah, I think like I struggled because everything I wanted to buy here, they only have like a translation in Polish and few more languages which are not English or okay. Some things actually I found some things in Croatian. Okay, in some shops which are also like New Yorker, they have also Croatian price on it and stuff like that. But when you want to like, I wanted to color my hair and I needed to go on Google and check it. Like what it's written there, because like I was really surprised because I know that we have in Croatian and also I think in Polish and English and like every language, but
We have Russian
oh yeah, Russian.
Yeah, it's true.
sometimes, or German.
Yeah, Germany too, yeah.
And I remember that I was also buying like cotton pads. Is it correct? For, you know, periods?
Yeah.
Because, oh my god, in Dubrovnik it was so expensive. When I came to the one shop, Tommy, with creepy logo. When I was going there for a shopping, when I saw the price for stuff like cotton pads, I was like, no way, no, it's not possible. It's really not possible. And I was also like taking cotton pads from Kosovo.
Yeah. Funny thing, we don't have Tommy in Zagreb.
So that's the soft way of living.
Yeah.
Again, how about you?
I had some experience about my allergy in Croatia. So I took some pills from Poland. And for example, one packet is like 10 zloty, let's say. And in Croatia, the same company, or how to say, it was 10 times much more expensive. I was like, oh my god. And then I asked my mom, and my mom sent me all back with my allergic pills.
Medicines, yeah.
It was really, really expensive.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky. Like my mom, she's a doctor, and she gave me like medicines for everything. But I thank God I'm not allergic. I nothing ever hurts and stuff like that. So I didn't use it.
Dolazi u moje snove, sva u bilo obučena, da bi svoju dušu sa mnom podilila. Kako da joj oprostim, kako da zaboravim sve te grijehe što je meni učinila. Sve bi da za nju, moju nevolju, što mi nosi bol, srca moj. I kada noć nestane i kad se dan probudi, onda shvatim da sam je izgubio. Dolazi u moje snove, sva u bilo obučena, da bi svoju dušu sa mnom podilila. Kako da joj oprostim, kako da zaboravim sve te grijehe što je meni učinila. Sve bi da za nju, moju nevolju, što mi nosi bol, srca moj. I kada noć nestane i kad se dan probudi, onda shvatim da sam je izgubio. Svaki dan i noć mislim na tebe, da si tu kraj mene, da te nježno milujem. i da osjeti dodir tvojih usana. Znam za to vrijedi umrijeti. Sve bi da za nju, moju nevolju, što mi nosi bol srca moj. I kada noć nestane i kad se dan probudi, onda shvatim da sam je izgubija. Onda shvatim da sam je izgubija.
I want to ask you about the Erasmus Student Network and student activities for Erasmus students. How does it work? What were you doing there, except studying, of course?
My student network doesn't work at all. ESN guys promised us that they will organize some trips, and they organized one, and I wasn't there already, so to Sarajevo, so it was really close to Dubrovnik. I heard that it wasn't nothing like spectacular.
Sarajevo.
Yeah.
It's my favorite city
nice.
in the world.
But they were complaining about the hotel, but I haven't been there, so I cannot tell anything about this. But they promised us some trips, but I needed to manage trips on my own with my friends. But I met really great people during my Erasmus, and I had trips every single month, so it was great. But everything just by me.
Jana?
I can compare ESN in Dubrovnik and in Split, and for my luck, I think ESN Split was the winner in Croatia. I think like one of the best organization. How to say? They were really organized, even if they are pomalo, even if they are, not in rush. They prepared all the time some karaoke, some party, some plays, some games. I think it was not bad. I appreciate everything. For me, it was nice that people have time to organize something for free. They doing something for us in their free time. They could go anywhere, and they spend their free time for us. And sometimes it was some documents, to write, some calls. It was not just parties, and they manage all of these things for us, and it was for free. So I appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of ESN before, but I was never thinking about that, like as an organization or anything. And when I came here, I was like pleasantly surprised. They organized some trips for us, but I went with them on first trip to Gdańsk. But the tempo was really like hardcore, and we kind of decided to do it on our own. But I still, as you said, I appreciate what they're doing for us, and they're doing parties for us. And I was elected to a queen of Erasmus last week.
Congratulations!
No, actually, it's a funny story. Someone stole my medal. They were doing medals. That's what I mean. They were so like into it. I didn't vote for anyone. I didn't like think about it, and they were doing medals, and someone took it from me because I wasn't there. And took it away from me, not for me. And they texted me and they said, no, we're gonna do a new one for you. Like it's a memory, like you need to have that. And they're always doing something for us, like playing volleyball, tennis, stuff like that. And I'm really pleasantly surprised. And I was considering the idea to maybe get in ESN in Zagreb. I mean, I don't have time for parties, but I can do the other stuff. So
you can deal with post-Erasmus depression thanks to that. That's true.
True. Yeah, I agree.
How about buddies, mentors? Did you had any?
I had one, but I haven't met her. I was texting her, but yeah, we didn't have any opportunity to meet each other.
For me, it was a nice story because before Erasmus, I was really searching for some people who already went for Erasmus, even better in Croatia or even Dubrovnik. And here in Poznań, before my Erasmus, I met one Croatian girl, Nina Mijoc. She's from Dubrovnik, living close to Dubrovnik, but University of Dubrovnik, ESN Dubrovnik. And I met her here in Poznań on coffee, like to speak about Croatia. And she was on her Erasmus in Poznań. And she told me, but you know, in 2-3 months, I'm coming back to Dubrovnik, so I can be your buddy. And I was like, oh my God, perfect. I met already my buddy in Poland, you know? So yes, still we have really good contact and it's really nice. She helped me a lot.
Yeah, for me it was kind of different because, as I said, I had like 2 friends. They were on Erasmus in Zagreb, and they're here. And I have a buddy, and we meet in like the first week. But now we are seeing each other only in parties. Well, we are different mindset. But I was like at the beginning spending a lot of time with those friends, and they showed me the city and stuff like that. I mean, I'm still, of course, hanging out with them. So I wasn't that close to my mentor, but he was helpful. Like everything I wanted to ask, he was there. And
I have a question about things that you like and you dislike in Croatia and in Poland.
I think Poland is really beautiful. I kind of like obsessed with main squares in Poland, like generally. Like I was in, I think, 5 or 6 cities now. Yesterday I came from Warsaw. Each one, like they're so similar, but each one has something special. And also traveling from Poland, I mean, we cannot move from Croatia. It's too expensive to go anywhere by plane. I came here by bus and I was driving 20 hours. And I cannot even imagine how it's to come to Dubrovnik. Maybe it's cheaper because people usually use plane to go to Dubrovnik, but to Zagreb, no.
I was hitchhiking.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But I mean, I had opportunity to go to Greece, and I think it's really cheap to travel from Poland. And what I dislike, many people think I'm Polish, so for me, I didn't have any weird situations. But I know like one guy from my dormitory. While he was buying stuff in Biedronka, he was talking in Polish, but you can see on him that he's not Polish, definitely. And one guy attacked him, and like many people told me that people who have like slightly darker skin or while they were speaking their own languages, like they had some not pleasant situations. But I didn't feel it. Everyone talking to me in Polish because they're like, oh, and then when I said that I'm not Polish, they're really surprised. So.
Sorry for that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the same thing in Croatia.
But I mean, Polish and Croatian people are kind of similar because for me it was the same. In Croatia, everyone thought I'm Croatian.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And what I really like in Croatia, for sure, it's climate, you know. It was always my dream to live in a place where is sea, mountains, palm trees. So Dubrovnik and Split was like my dream. Another thing is mood. Because what I would like to say is, okay, in Poland we focus on business, we focus on our career, we focus on money, you know. And in Croatia, what I learned, it's my quote now, that pomalo, it's a really simple word, but it's a mood, you know. It's like, okay, take your time, no rush. You can do it, follow your dream, but no rush. You have also time for coffee, for your friends, for family, of course, for coffee. Yeah. That was a really big plus for me. I love that. That's the other thing.
I forgot to say that. Yeah.
Because what I loved Croatian people, drinking coffee every day with their friends. I was shocked when my Croatian friends asked me almost every day. I was like, oh my God, she asked me yesterday and again? What's wrong? Maybe we can go next week or something. And we were going like, every day you're going for coffee. Every day. There is no day without coffee. And even if you're in a rush, even when you need to work, I work in news media. I was working as a video editor, so we were all the time in rush. But still, we had time for our friends, for coffee. Here in Poland, it's really hard. You need to ask your friends 1 or 2 weeks before. It's like, I need to write in calendar. I don't know, I'm lazy. Everyone are focused on their career and money. And in Croatia, I love people mood that, okay, you have some plans, you have some dreams, but you have also friends and family. That's amazing.
Yeah, I forgot to say that, like, thing in Croatia is, like, that's the Balkanian thing about us. So there's coffee place next to coffee place. We drink coffees few times per day, like in bars. And here, like I found coffee places, of course, because I can't live without that. But it's coffee. It's really expensive, and I kind of support that because I will never forget time when my friend's father had a business colleague. He's from Germany, and he was walking through the center of the city in Zagreb. And he saw like all bars were full of people. Like they couldn't find a place to sit. And he was like, "Is anyone doing anything in this country? I mean, no, we are sitting in coffees. I don't know how people earn their money, but we are still sitting in coffee shops and yeah, that's like kind of what I miss. The only thing I miss. I'm not attached that much to Croatia and coffees.
Meetings.
Yeah.
And
Agnieszka.
for me, I think that I really didn't like, public transportation in Dubrovnik because it was too crowded. Like whole town is too crowded, and that was all what I really hated. But I really loved, except of all of the views and the weather. The best thing for me that everywhere were cats. Like I had maybe 10 cats in front of my apartment. And
were you feeding them?
No, they didn't want to eat my food. But one old lady, when she was going out, they knew that she will feed them. So they were just, standing in the line and waiting for the food. So for me, it was really great because when I was just going out there was always some cat just ready to pet him.
Yeah, Dubrovnik is city of cats.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Do you have your favorite place in Croatia, in Poland? The place that you always remember after Erasmus?
I don't know, Kultova.
For our listeners, that's a bar.
Yeah. No. Wait. Maybe main square. I kind of, every time when I go home from library, I don't go home. I go to the main square and I do a stroll around the main square. And I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel so relaxed there because I know when I was watching pictures of Poznań before I came here, and I was like, imagine this, and everyone was telling me, it's just picture, probably doesn't look like that, yeah. And when I actually seen it, I was like, I can't believe. For me, it's something magical because we don't have that colorful buildings. For me, that's so nice.
For me, it's definitely Kashuni Beach. I'm not sure if I'm spelling it correct, but I found that after a few months in Split, because on beginning you go in everywhere where tourists go in,
Yeah, of course.
And Kashuni, it's more for locals. And when all of the Erasmus went home and I stayed for a few months more, I was walking almost every day there, even alone, with book or I don't know, just to see the view, enjoy. And it is, even now when I'm speaking, I see that view. It was perfect for me.
So I had the same, it was also beach because, in Poland we don't have that kind of view. So yeah. I was sure that you will tell something like that. I had my favorite spot. It wasn't also touristic. I found one really, really big rock near to Lapad Beach. And it was maybe 3 minutes by walk from my old apartment. So I was going there even during really windy day or rainy day, and I was going there and climbing on this big rock because I knew that I will be the only one person who will be there. And from time to time I was taking my friends there, but mostly I was spending time alone there.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, the last question. What Erasmus gave you? Maybe I will start from Joanna. I'm asking about not only skills, not only experiences, maybe it changed your character a little bit, but to you gave something special because you continue your life, your career connected to Croatia.
Erasmus changed everything for me because after Erasmus I changed my mind. I become more positive, more not just focus on job and career. I stopped to stress about everything and I opened my company and I call it Pomalo to prove to Polish people that you can live in really good work-life balance. You can be still dreamer. You can still earn good money, but you can also focus on your family and friends. And before Erasmus, I was super stressed about everything. For me, even simple presentation during studies, even if I was studying journalism, I like that, but for me it was stressful. I was preparing 1 week before, and I was all the time in rush. And someone told me that, after Erasmus, everything gets easy. Like, you can do everything after all of these papers, traveling and everything. You have no problems in adult life because you can resolve everything. And yeah, for me, it changed everything. Now I open the website and then I open the company, and I'm like telling everyone about Pomalo. I even did something crazy, because before leaving Split, I asked my friend about the best tattoo studio in Croatia, in Split, and they gave me contact to one man, and I tattoo on my back Pomalo word, and in the end, instead of O, there is the heart. For other people, it can be like, oh my God, she is all the time talking Pomalo and there is nothing special. But for me, it really changed my life. I'm like now living all the time with Pomalo. I can remember about that every day. And when I see that some of my Polish friends are in rush, stressful, and they searching for some not real problems, I'm just telling them about my philosophy, and they're like, oh my God, really nice.
And what is your company about? What are you doing in your company?
It's video editing, photography, and also some advices about new media and social media. For example, tomorrow I'm going to primary school, and it will be some presentation about hate for teenagers and dangerous in internet, how to be safety in the internet. I'm trying to help others also.
That's nice. How about you, Agnieszka? What Erasmus gave you?
I think that freedom or something like that, if I can call it like this, because before I was used to, live in Poland, just follow my university and then find some job. And after Erasmus, like during the Erasmus, I realized that if I want to live just somewhere, I can do this, and it's not really hard stuff to do. Like, you can live whenever you want, and it's really easy to do. Like, there is no borders, to be honest. That's what Erasmus gave me.
Anamarija?
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself. A lot. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm gonna be 23 now, but I was always feeling like my parents' child, and I'm kind of. I mean, they're not strict, but they want me to finish university as soon as possible and stuff like that. And I really want that because I can't wait to start working. But I learned like that there's more than school, that I can still have time to go out, have fun, and study next day. I was really limited in Zagreb because. I thought, okay, if I go out, I'm going to feel guilty. I will not be able to relax there, even though I know I'm not going to study during the night. But here I learned, I became more brave. I was always scared, and also I was stressing, panicking about everything, how I'm going to do this, that, and lots of stuff. And I get like, I'm full of confidence now, like mentally. I don't know how to explain it. And I kind of like, I know that there's like more steps towards improvement, because there's like, I think the most important thing is to notice that like you have some things that you should change to live better life. And actually, when I was back home during the Christmas, some people told me like you became more beautiful, because I'm smiling all the time. I'm really happy, and the biggest thing is that those people here makes me happy, and I know that like who knows when I'm gonna see them again, but I feel like those are going to be friends for the rest of my life. So we already like have plans for reunions and.
So you are next 3 examples that Erasmus opened minds and changed lives.
For sure.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, it was the same. Thank you so much for attending this program. My guests were Anamarija Gjud, Agnieszka Włodarczyk, and Joanna Pocztowa. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
And I hope to hear you soon in the next radio program. Bye!
Erasmus evening.